What up, what up? Welcome to the MALEROOM show. Hey. We got Rollo. We got JB, the gym. Let's go. Hey, we in the building, y'all. We in the building, y'all.
What is up? What is up? What's up, fellas? What's up, brother?
What's up, yo? What's up? What's up?
What's the deal, my guy?
How's y'all feeling?
What is the deal, my brethren?
What's going on, man? What's going on with y'all? How y'all doing, man?
Blessed and highly favored.
Yo, how y'all week been, man? It's been a long week for me. I don't know about y'all, man. What's up?
It was quick. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
because
it was long, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I got the time, but it was kind of long for me, dog. I ain't gonna lie, man.
I feel that.
Y'all good though, man?
Oh yeah, we here. We here.
Everybody, welcome to the MALEROOM show. We are about to get this thing popping. First of all, get these likes and loves up if you can. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? We're about to get this show started, get it going on the road. You know how we get it. We get it started with a little bit of the funny. You know what I'm saying? So I came across this video, right, man. I had to relate. I really had to relate because of, you know, man, sometimes, you know, you get a little bit lazy in the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You don't always want to do your chores in the crib, you know what I mean, and stuff, you know. So sometimes you just want to chill, relax, lay back, right?
I do that too much. I'm looking at my crib right now.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you ever been in the crib? You like, man, I really need to tend to this. I need to vacuum. I need to get these dishes right. But what if you got to get to the dishes, man? What if your dishes start talking to you though? Let's see how the dishes feel about our laziness in the crib. And let's do this real quick.
Hey, yo, bring your little head ass over here and come watch us, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get over y'all tomorrow, gang. There's too many of y'all, man. Nah, I don't think so, gang. We stink like a motherfucker, folks. You don't listen, gang. Damn, bring your loose pajama pants wearing ass back over here, man. Come watch us, shorty. The dishwasher liquid right here on the side of us, gang. Damn. How y'all gonna try to make me How y'all gonna try to force me to wash y'all right now, folks? Yeah, gang, we got last month meal on us, folks. We got macaroni and cheese, yams, and roast beef, potatoes, and carrots, and all this. I said I'm gonna get up with y'all tomorrow. Folks, we gonna have meal due on us tomorrow, shorty. Damn, quit being lazy, gang. You gotta take care. This will come with having your own crib, folks. Quit being lazy, shorty. Yeah, you gonna feel complete when you finish us.
He said you gonna feel complete.
He said you gonna feel complete when you finish it.
Yo, shout out to my man Lowski2Groovy on Instagram. Yo, hey man, this dude right here,
it really does get that real.
Hilarious, dog. This dude, he said, "Hey yo, bring your little head ass over here, boy."
It does get that real, unfortunately.
Oh man, that was hilarious, dog.
That is bad. That is bad. But it does get like
that. Was funny.
Try to prevent it, but you can't.
Right. Shout out to Sean Tillman. Hello. How are you?
Oh, hello.
Thank you for watching it on YouTube. We appreciate that.
Appreciate the YouTube view.
We appreciate the YouTube right there. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Well, that was my little funny for the day, man. I thought that was hilarious. It's gonna get better and better. You just wait and see. Rollo, it's on you, man.
Hey, once again, man, shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother JB, my brother Tay Busy. Thank you for everybody that is currently viewing our live show, episode number 4, fellas. This is where we at. This is where we at. So, fellas, at this time, I would like to ask you to please get your glasses in your hand. Please get your glasses in your hand. As we come together again for conversation, camaraderie, you know, the true essence of what we do as brothers, to discuss and have healthy conversation relevant to both men and women in society today. This is what we do, and we appreciate y'all being here with us. But as we
embark
on another round table that has transformed into the MALEROOM, let us never, ever forget the foundation that is our Trinity. Let's go, fellas.
JB and Barbie on CT time, bro.
Man, he be on color people time with that Bart for real, man. Get your reps.
I don't know, man. I live a lot of trees around here, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know. My access point's off.
You got the access point, man. You got listen,
you
man.
Got to get your reps up, man. Your timing be on some for real. Ben Simmons don't want to shoot no 3-pointer.
Hey man,
they do though.
Remember your routers. Your chakras got to be aligned, bro. You feel me? Like you got to have your chakras together, dog.
God damn.
You got to have your chakras on the same page.
Late for everything.
Yeah, man. I guess I am, dog. I'm gonna get it together.
No, man. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to everybody again, fellas. Y'all ready?
Absolutely.
Let's do it, bro.
Ready, man. Let's get into it, man. Our first topic of the day, Mailroom Show, fellas. What are some practices for finding a lifelong partner? What are some of the best practices y'all feel need to be displayed and done while dating to find that partner, that lifelong partner? What y'all feel?
Okay, man. You know what? I'm gonna get one of those coins, man, because I gotta find like one of them Super Bowl coins, man, so me and take and toss every time one of these top
yeah.
You know, I'll be like, man, you go, how you doing?
Absolutely.
But you know, I can say one, and I'll throw back to y'all, man. One is patience, man. Like I believe that you need some patience in dating and get to know someone and something like that, especially to find a lifelong partner. Is that the question that we're talking about?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think we need patience out of anything, man. Like because like people want to just go ahead and attach themselves to to the benefits of a person rather than the person itself. You know what I mean? And that usually happens at a quick time event. Like that usually happens like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They look a certain way, or they had a certain job, or they make me laugh, or you know what I'm saying? They provide me with a certain thing that I need currently right now that I'm totally like I just need right then in the moment. And people attach themselves to relationships quick on that aspect. You know what I'm saying? And then they think that equals to longevity, and it doesn't. That needs to be stretched out. You know what I'm saying? I always preach you need to take your time and try to find out how far the compatibility goes and how somebody can be consistent in that. I'm always saying that on podcasts, man. So yeah, it got patience, man. Just take your time to get to know somebody, man. Have enough events, right? Have enough events in the exercise of dating or just in a specific person. Have enough events that you can dissect the actual character of the person. You know what I'm saying? Go through enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you need enough events so you can tally up. Okay, I think I got a gist of what this person is. Because even in that though, even in that you're gonna
we got Jay froze up.
Yeah.
Technical. All right, we gotta get Jay froze real quick. We're gonna get him back, y'all. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him back.
Give him a second.
Busy, go ahead.
In the meantime, I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead till Jay get back.
I actually was thinking about this question for a minute. And I wrote a few things right here. Bam! Right there. I done wrote a few things down right there.
Did you bring notes, bro?
I wrote down notes, man. I can't help it.
Wow.
I wrote down notes.
That's new. This is the first time on the Mailroom Show.
Hey, I wrote down some notes, man. Shout out to that background right there.
We'll take that background is pretty nice.
That background fire.
I
just wrote down a few things. I ain't gonna get too, I ain't gonna go too long.
For people that just tapping in, having a little technical difficulties. He will be right back.
Absolutely. Yo, but I wrote down a few things. One of the things that I thought about with this particular question is that, a lot of times everything just starts with you. So one of the things that I think that, as just as a practice would be to, the standards that you have already set, practice those standards on yourself first, and get yourself like prepared to receive those standards that you set already. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, we have standards, but are we treating ourselves according to the standards that we have?
Mhm.
And the best thing for us to do in that aspect is to practice on ourselves. And and the thing about it is being single gives you time. JB was just talking about the patience, right?
Yes.
And in that patience, you can take your time with yourself and you can just do you for a minute and you can practice those things that you want, and you can, those standards that you have, you can practice those things on yourself. Another thing I said was breaking revolving cycles, like do and be different without losing sense of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like go to different places, do something different with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And put yourself in different arenas and atmospheres that have a little bit more potential of what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? This is for people that's looking for a lifelong partner, that's trying to date, court, be married, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Specifically.
Right.
Because everybody, this is some people that just don't care about it like that. You know what I mean? That's cool. That's if that's cool, that's what you want to do. That's cool. But yeah, for the most part, like I was just saying that because sometimes we got to make some improvements on ourselves, right? And so like we got to come out our comfort zone a little bit. So like certain events and stuff like that that's outside of the norm that we normally do. How about we hit those events up? You know what I'm saying? And you might find somebody there that you can spark some connection with, which is my next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Having a connection with somebody easily is an awesome thing to do when it comes to finding somebody for the long term. Because if we could connect on some very essential things early, then that means that those things should. I'm not saying they're going to always be on one accord, but for the most part, they should be on one accord. And then also choose to spend time with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Choose to spend time with yourself and choose to spend time with people that feels right, opposed to people that just feels good. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we choose people that feel good to us, but they don't feel right. They're not right for us. You know what I'm saying? Like we always do that. We always spend a lot of time on the person that we know that cannot contribute to what it is that we're looking for real. But because they just feel good at the moment, we start spending time with that. You know what I'm saying? But the person that feels right or the person that is right, for the most part, they're going to challenge you. They're going to make you feel, they're going to make you better. They're going to become the very standard that you're looking for. They're going to become that. They're going to manifest that right there in front of you. And then if that's what you're looking for, then boom, you know what I'm saying? Then you'll be able to, at least you'll start off finding somebody that you know that you can have some type of longevity with. You know what I'm saying? Because especially when you're getting older, when you get into like 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, you get in that age, look, man, it's all up to you at that point, my baby. You feel me? Like you gotta know what it is that you're looking for. You gotta know what you want, and you gotta make sure that you make that distinction ahead of time, so that way you won't be wasting nobody's time, including yours. So I definitely think that those are a few things that I think that would be able to be helpful to somebody that's looking for a lifelong partner, and just go from there. So that's my little take. My Jay, I'm glad you're back, man. Thanks for I don't know the little technical issue going on over there, but it's cool. You're an IT guy, so I already know you can fix it. You know what I mean? So go ahead, do your thing, man. Go ahead, finish off, man. You made a great point about patience, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, welcome back, man.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, man. Apologize to y'all and everybody for that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was, but hey, y'all can hear me okay though, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
All right. So, I mean, yeah, all I was saying is I'm just going to piggyback real quick on what I just was trying to explain was just the patience, the patience that you need into looking for a lifelong partner, man. Like, if we're talking lifelong, it has to be some type of, you know, patience. You have to take your time with it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to just, go ahead and just have enough events to portray and experience to map out the character of the person that you claim that you want to have lifelong with. You know what I mean? Because it's levels to this. You gotta have, if you're gonna date, you gotta, you know what I'm saying. You want to date exclusively, it's great. And you get to that point, you gotta study the partner. You know what I'm saying? Like people want, I don't understand. People when it comes to relationships, people want to, take face value to everything, but yet they don't do that with anything else in life. I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like I don't get it. Like we study. You know what I'm saying? We go shop for cars deep. You know what I'm saying? We don't buy special groceries. We go to another store. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? But yeah, when it comes to, what I'm saying, stuff that matters, we like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is. So, no, I don't believe that, man. I think you do the same type of due diligence you want into having someone, especially if you've been through something already. Yeah, man, take your time and, walk that out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, go ahead, do enough experiences between yourself to know that, okay, I think we can take the next level. Because you're not going to know 100% of a person. There's always something that something that could come out that might be deep down into someone, especially in a relationship that you find out, like, oh, that's some instinctive stuff. So you just trying to play damage control, basically, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put yourself in a scenario and be like, oh, I didn't know that about this person, but yet you took all these steps extra to make it exclusive, and you didn't really do your due diligence. So that's what I mean. Just be patient. Take your time.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. I'm curious. Do you think, a lot of times when you start talking to somebody, whatever, do you think people quit too early just because of a disagreement, or just because there's a certain thing that that you mean? Like you said, Jay, you're gonna need some patience. It takes time to get to know somebody for real, right? And a lot of times, y'all know me, man. that King Cutoff was real serious a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying?
It's serious now.
I mean, no. Listen. Real talk. It's not as serious as it used to be. Trust me, I have improved.
Busy. Come on, bro.
No, I'm being real with you. I'm being real.
All
with
right,
you.
bro.
I live in this skin every day. I know what I'm talking about. Look,
Hey.
I have a lot. My patience is not as thin as it used to be, bro. Trust me. Because my patience is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
But there are times where it's like, you know what? Listen, after 2-3 weeks, you just consistently doing this one particular thing. It's not about to be. I'm not about to keep talking to you. Because that particular thing right there is something that is very, very necessary for who I choose. So I cannot continue. Otherwise, I would be wasting my time and wasting somebody else's time, letting them think that it's going to go all the way to the long term, and it's not. So early for me is like, okay, if I talk to you for like a month, 2 months, okay, I should see some type of consistencies. Jay said it in the last show, when you date, he said he date for compatibility and consistency. When it's inconsistent, that's when the cutoff comes, right? Do you think, now I could be wrong, of course, I'm objective here. Do you think that people quit too early in the getting to know you dating phase that leads up to the choosing a partner? Do you think people quit too early? Do you think the cutoff come too soon? Or should people wait a little bit longer? Like, how long should a person talk to someone before they know, like, this ain't really gonna work out? Like, how long should that take?
It should take as long as you feel it needs to take, but that goes along with what Jay said, patience. Now, if you're meeting somebody and you're going into it with the mindset, okay, either you really know what you're going into it for, like, okay, I'm just having fun with this and it's going to be what it is, or you already have that mental investment that, okay, I'm really going to see where this can go. It really depends on how you go into it. You know what I'm saying? If you're just going into it like, you know what, this is going to be fun.
I'm talking about according to the topic. I'm talking about the topic is lifelong partner.
Right. Okay. But yeah. I'm just going off what you went in. So in that phase.
Right. I'm talking about in choosing a partner. Yeah. How long should it take in the beginning of it to be like, okay, I should continue? Is the cutoff too early? You know what I'm saying? Like, so how do you distinctively choose that part is what I'm asking.
I think you was on a good point. Go ahead and finish that, bro.
Yeah.
It just depends on your mindset. Like, if it's how long did you know them before you got to this point in your relationship where you like, okay, this could be my life partner? You know what I'm saying? Like, were y'all cool before y'all develop a friendship and then y'all take it to the next level? Was it somebody that you just met randomly and then y'all kick it for a couple weeks and it continues to progress? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You can't really pinpoint anybody's cutoff. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I've developed a lot of patience, you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying, to where I'm more open to seeing the flaws, seeing where issues may arise, as long as it's not really getting us off track on what we're trying to do if we're going to do this. So I think it's just about, is this what you really want? Is this what you're going to do? Is this what you're going to continue to pursue? You know what I'm saying? Short triggers, you know what I'm saying, is not the best. If you got a short trigger on anything, if you got a short trigger on relationships, if you got a short trigger, you know, being patient and trying to spend time with a person, don't have this life partner stuff in your mind.
Exactly. That's a good point.
Don't have this life partner stuff in your mind if you got a short trigger. If one thing somebody do just completely, you know what I'm saying, kills everything that y'all have got wherever you at, you know what I'm saying, however far you've gotten, then you know, if you got a quick trigger, you don't need to be trying to find no life partner, basically. You know what I'm saying? It just don't work like that. But I think that's something that you gotta develop. It's something that you have to have set in your mind, you know what I mean? But it's like I don't know what the cutoff point should be, you know what I'm saying? But I think overall communication should be involved in it. You know what I'm saying? Well, depending on how deep it is. If it's really deep, talk to that person, let them know, you know what?
Yeah, that's what
I issue with this. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Okay.
Since the answer is the T, I'm gonna talk about the cup is in first. There's a different dynamic to that. Everybody's different, but the only reason why people do that to an extreme on either side of that fence is because of something individual, like Rob said. There's something about them that makes them go to that dynamic. Case in point, if you're like he said, if you're cutting people off too quick, like, you know what I mean? Oh, you know what I'm saying? You got something that I don't like, because everybody got something that you don't like. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah,
everybody got something that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be totally and 100% in agreement with another human being. That's just not how that goes. You know what I'm saying? I just don't believe that. That's just me. You know what I mean? But we can do the marginal, like I said, we can do the damage control to protect our emotions and you know what I'm saying, situations that we put ourselves in. But like I was saying, if you're cutting people off too quick, that means that you pasted something in your head that you can't really reach, because you have something going on. You know what I'm saying? I want this, that, and the other, but yet you find something that you don't agree with. You cancel the whole project and just be like, all right, I'm off to the other side. There's something else about that. You know what I'm saying? That's something that somebody need to study. And it's the same way, like I said, it's on both sides of the fence. If you letting too many red flags happen, you see what I'm saying? If you let too many happen, then that's still something that's going on with you. Maybe that's a case of the fact of you letting your loneliness play the part of your acceptance of somebody else. See, that's something else going on. So with me, I kind of even the two. You know, like you said, I'm an IT man. I think a lot. So, you know, I gotta even the two.
My brain won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop.
I don't cut nobody off for, you know what I'm saying, something I don't like initially, but yeah, I don't cut nobody off for something that, you know, I don't let it go too long. So I got a 3-strike rule. That's just what I do. You got 3 times to show me something that I do not like whatsoever, and that's it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't do it.
My thing is this. In that 3-strike rule, if it happened within 30 days, did you cut it off too soon? No.
Oh, no, not at all.
No. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that y'all made some great points, man. First of all, shout out to the both y'all for.
We get claps.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you get claps. You know what I'm saying? You get you a little bit of this too, right here too. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Production bag, dog.
Yeah, man. It was a production bag. But look, check it out. So I
But,
agree with both of you, right? Because it's like what Rob is saying is okay, be intentional. You're talking about lifelong partner talk. That's grown folk talk right there, right?
hmm
So you gotta be on your grown man, on your grown woman tip. Can't be on your kitty stuff, right? And then with Jay saying, yo, hey, I'm patient, I'm cool, but you got one more time to say what you said about you got one more time to do what you did, and it's a wrap, right?
hmm
Because so what we're saying is you're talking about setting boundaries.
Right.
Setting boundaries is so important when choosing someone lifelong because again, it can if you denounce your own boundaries, it will set you back a little bit. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? It can
hmm
cause you to be stagnated in the goal that you have for your particular personal life. So that way you can do and be successful in what you want to be successful in. So basically being the best version of yourself is going to be the key to choosing somebody.
hmm
Like you said, three strike rule. And the same thing with me. Like I agree with you. I have two strikes now. You know, I've been through. You know, I've been married, been divorced. Yeah, hey, two strikes. You got two. This ain't baseball like Comerica Park. No, or any other stadium from any other city.
hmm
This is me. This is my opinion. This is my the way I operate. If
Right.
I see red flag consistency, I can't I can't do it. Right? I'm
hmm
Red
talking
flag
about red
consistency.
flag consistency. I'm not talking about a personality flaw or character. Like, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something that's like for instance, something that's red flag for me. I'll just use myself as an example. If someone is projecting their trauma on me every time we talk, and I have to walk on eggshells just to have a regular conversation with you, I am not going to continue to talk to you because
hmm
there's something that, like you said, there's something that somebody need to work on over there. If you're just doing that, even if it's just cut off, let's say it's not cut off. Let's say you always leading with your traumatic experiences with somebody that you meet. Like
hmm
y'all had a good conversation, y'all talking for like 2 3 weeks or whatever. Talk about maybe 2 or 3 days out the week that y'all talking, and then you're always bringing up traumatic experiences to me, and then you're portraying those traumatic experiences as well. Then that's going to cause someone to be like, you know what, I might be a little bit over my head here. So let me chill out. Let me dial back. Let me because this right here is a little bit. This is not what I was expecting. Now my thing is that you have every right to do that. Rob, what you said, you have every right to operate that way. Jay, what you said, have every right to operate that way. I don't think people should get weaponized because they have their own standards and they execute them.
hmm
You feel what I'm saying?
hmm
If a person wanna be with a Pookie and a Ray Ray and just try to fix him, that's what you choose to do.
hmm
I'm not gonna get all into your business and all that kind of stuff because that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do,
hmm
then fine. But like you said, when you use yourself as an example, this is what I it got three strikes. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
that I respect your three strikes. I respect the intentional point that Rob was making. I can respect both sides. So at the end of the day, it's like go ahead and do your thing because sometimes you can just go on and on and on in a situation with someone and you could get in the way of them getting better because you have your own agenda set. That's what I'm saying. You got to set boundaries even on yourself. Like I can't
hmm
always get in the way of someone else because I have a thing that I'm cool with about me, but they're not cool with it about them. So that
hmm
red flag gets onto that. If that red flag is projected onto me, then I cannot allow that to happen to me. It's like the movie Fences with Denzel Washington. You know what I'm saying? It's like that whole concept of the movie was about, hey, I got to protect myself sometimes from my own self. And
hmm
I had a struggle with it a lot, especially earlier, um, especially around like 2018, 19, 20, like in those 2 3 years right there. It was like I struggled with always trying to make sure that somebody knew where I stood. And I'm like, I'm acting outside my character. I got to stop doing that. So I do it with my presence. I do it with my actions.
Mm-hmm.
And the response is way better than what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I continue to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And those boundaries that I set, those standards that I set for someone else, I put them on me, and I definitely practice those things on myself. That's the reason why I use that in my, suggestion list of things that you can do to
Mm-hmm.
choose someone or find someone that's lifelong. Because you, first of all, like Rob said, to Rob's point, you can't do or find somebody and expect them to do what you want them to do according to your standard, but you haven't given yourself that particular attention to.
Mm-hmm.
No, so now you're choosing out of just your desire instead of your healed place. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why I agree with both of y'all because I can see how that rock like that can be it can go either way. If you can let something last too long and then you can cut something off too quick. So what is the cutoff point? The cutoff point, like Rob said, you can determine that.
Mm-hmm.
And the calendar and the time on your watch does not determine when the cutoff point is too early or too soon or too late or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to what's your standard? What is it that you're going to tolerate and not tolerate because you have a specific goal you're trying to get to, and I don't see nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, man. If I feel just to follow up, man, if I feel that you should learn from your results and your choices on every time you make a decision about, what I'm saying, your emotions and somebody else. If you continuously keep doing that, you'll find that you can't limit the margin of error for yourself with other people,
Mm-hmm.
but you can still maintain, what I'm saying, just like you said, you can still maintain, an individuality, an individual choice in all the things. Like you said, I said 3 strikes, you said 2. Rob might say 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's completely fine. You know what I'm saying? But what you want to do is always look at the results of what you've been doing
Mm-hmm.
versus your choices and keep your choices in commonality with that along the lines of common sense.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Like you know not to cut off anybody as soon as they start talking. And you
Right.
know not to deal with some stuff for 2 years that you don't have to deal with.
Exactly.
That's common sense. Now, within
Mm-hmm.
that, make your own individual choices according to your own results and experiences. So that's, yeah, I'll just piggybacking on you, though. That makes sense.
I got you.
Man, awesome. So it sounds like, fellas, we basically summing it up as be intentional, be patient, know yourself. Those
Yeah,
are some of the
Absolutely.
practices
right.
that us three right here on this show feel. And if you have if anybody that's tapping in right now, if you have any ideas on what some of your best practices might be or what you look for when you're trying to find that life partner, please comment, let us know.
Comment.
All right, we
Absolutely.
appreciate y'all, man. That was dope,
Absolutely.
fellas. Cut that on one more time.
That was dope. You said what now? Oh, okay. I
You
got
want
you.
more, baby? Let me get one more.
I don't want to do when I kill it.
I got you.
Let me get one more. They act like sisters. Like, y'all okay?
Hey, man.
Now let's keep it
Listen.
straight.
You don't want to do it when I kill it.
I did it when you queued it. It just came a little late. I still got it done. It just came a little late. That's all. It's only a few milliseconds, bro.
Hey.
Hey, look, don't report me to HR because I had a little hiccup. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Mr. Foster has been acting illiterate. He's a churlish. It's churlish.
It's churlish.
And what's messed up? We're our own HR. That's what's messed up.
I gotta get my chakras. Hey, listen, I gotta get my chakras together, dog. My chakras is all
messed up.
I'm trying to get my chakras on for me, bro.
Right.
Dope view, fellas. Very, very dope insight on that topic. That was a deep one, man.
That was a deep one. Yeah, man. That was a good one, though.
All right, man. Y'all ready?
Yes,
Topic
sir.
number 2.
Our
second topic of the evening. Again, one more time. Thank you for everybody that is tuning in. Thank you, everybody that is tuning in. Toya, what is going on? What's happening? Appreciate you. My sister.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Toya?
Hey, what up, Toya?
Second topic of the day, fellas. This is it's a good one too. Can a traditional woman turn into a modern day woman? Now, before we get into this, fellas, can one of my brothers give a definition of a modern day woman? and they give you a definition. Hold on. He pointed directly.
Hey, man.
Can one of my brothers give a definition of what a modern day woman is and
man,
definition of what a traditional woman is?
Man, why you pointing to me, Tay, man? Come on, dog. Don't let me do that.
That's what he do, man. He
just put me on the spot.com and all the time, man. .com all the time.
.org, man. This is a non-profit organization that I'm
non-profit.
It's a non-profit organization. It's a
.org. We are
non-profit.
All right. Okay, so let's do this. All right. Let's do modern day first. Modern day women, right, have the rudiments of independence. It's what they do everything around. Like, I can do this all by myself. I'm this. I don't need anybody to do that. Their foundation of their aspect on relationships and anything to do with gender and society is like, I am my own. You know what I'm saying? Traditional women, and I'm just gonna keep it real general because there's a lot of different aspects we're gonna hit on this, so I'm just keeping it as a general definition. Traditional women, and when we, if y'all want to agree with me, when we're talking about traditional women, we're talking about the ones that uphold the submissive femininity that they uphold still originally as, you know what I'm saying, women themselves, like just being honored, just knowing the role of the, you know what I'm saying, feel when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriages, just having that, you know what I'm saying, submissive, supportive, feminine role of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Just being as a traditional woman. We're talking about as far as relationships are concerned. Just, you know, just knowing that. I'm not necessarily because I heard people when I had to study and talking with people, they usually think that we're talking about black and white 1950 era of complete submission. You stay at home. We're not saying that. You know what I'm saying? We're saying the fact of, you know what I'm saying, the support women that we seen in the lifespan of when we grew up, the generation that we were in. You know what I'm saying? The mothers that we had, the talk show mothers that was being produced, they had this type of supportive, feminine, powerful role as a traditional woman. You know what I'm saying? In the tradition of supporting the man, supporting their husband, you know what I mean? That type of thing. So that's what we mean by traditional. Because it was really, they put themselves in a certain situation and not always think about their own independence. It's kind of almost it's a totally different thing than a modern day aspect of what a woman thinks. So modern day is all about independence. Tradition is more about the rudiments of originality, of being submissive, being supportive, being in your femininity as a natural woman that you are. You know what I'm saying? According with men. So that's the way I would describe that, just to keep the conversation going.
Okay. Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that for sure.
I agree, because that's what we think of. You know what I'm saying? We think about our mothers. We think about our aunties, our grandmothers growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely different today. You know, there's definitely a discrepancy between traditional and modern day women, and we're hearing more about the rise and the takeover, I guess you could say, out of modern day women. You know what I'm saying? And that's being elevated higher as far as, you know, our definition, you know, overall. We don't talk about traditional women anymore. You know what I'm saying? In no sense. You know what I'm saying? There's no mention of it. There's no mention of it as far as I've seen, unless women are talking about how they don't want to do that. That's not who they want to be. You know what I'm saying? There's no mention. Where you at, Busy?
Yeah, go ahead with the question then. Yeah, you take the question. So I took the definition. You take the question.
You a sucker, bro.
Hey, you did it to me.
No, man, you a sucker. You literally just supposed to define and answer. Nah, man. I need duality. I need definition and answer, bro.
You don't gotta do the definition.
No, I ain't gotta do the definition, but the answer though got weight on it, cuz. Got weight on it, cuz. That answer got weight on it, cuz.
It do, man. It really do.
It's literally your turn.
You want You want me to go ahead with what I think about
No,
too, or you
Jay.
want?
No, I
No,
got you.
don't do
Okay,
that,
okay,
Jay.
I
okay.
won't do it. No,
All
no,
He
no,
ain't do that to you.
right. You're right. You're right.
I didn't do anything. Listen, I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Okay. You know what I'm saying? No, no.
What's up, Busy?
This is gonna be. Listen, man. This answer is going to be. Yes,
Hmm.
yes, I think so. And the reason why I say this
Mm,
is for a few reasons. I'll just give one. I've actually witnessed an example of this particular question, and I witnessed it. There was a woman who was from a traditional household. She was raised to be a wife. She was raised to do all of that, and she came from a society where they would, the families would choose your significant other, right, and your spouse or whatever, and
okay.
they do that for a lot of different reasons. For the most part, it's about like legacy and wealth and all that kind of stuff, but also it's a lot of different reasons. We don't have to dive into that, but I saw that, and she was raised with those traditions, right? So I mean, those things were like popping with her. She got married young, all that kind of stuff, and everything like that. And she moved here to America. And when she moved
Mm,
here to America, she was like, she realized that her situation wasn't what she really wanted, and she just left her marriage. She was still young too, left her marriage and everything, and then she started dating. You know what I'm saying? She started going out here dating and all that kind of stuff, right? And doing it the American way, choosing your own partner, which is what we do here in America. And she was engaged. She's now engaged to a guy, or they're probably married by now. But she denounced all of her traditional roles per se. So like she held on to the independence thing, right? And so, but she didn't risk it for the sake of her femininity, though.
mm,
I think what she did was she picked her partner that she wanted, and but she did it in a modern way opposed to a more traditional way that she was used to, like her family choosing.
mm,
So she felt like I have the independence to choose my own lover, partner, spouse, or whatever, and she would rather have it that way. But she's not like always in her masculine energy, always, all that kind of stuff that a lot of people talk about. She's not in that
mm,
space. So I think that it can happen um in that aspect in some cases. Now I'm gonna give you my general in a general sense, we don't always see that. We normally see women who are traditional, who are feminine, who are operating in their femininity. We normally see them um, operate on that on a consistent basis. But what's the threshold on that though? Like sometimes, like I've heard some women that say things like, I've done it this way, I've done it that way, and then every time I do it this particular way, it gets all, somebody take advantage of it. Or somebody does this, somebody does that, and then they
mm,
have to revert to their other side, or the side that they revert to. They have to go into that mode. So that's what I'm saying. It's like this is the reason why um, my answer is yes. Is because there is a bridge in this particular thing where a woman can have her have a modern style but can still be remain feminine and operating her femininity, you know and a lot of times this is the thing that occurs, is that we get caught up in the roles, but we don't get caught up in the principles of the masculinity femininity dynamic. I think that if I break this question down on can, like the ability to do it, yes,
mm,
because there are women who are modern, who live in modern society, but they still hold on to a femininity traditional way of being. But they also have, and then even in this society, a lot of women have had to work now and do things that, especially compete for positions that have men in it, like they gotta have a level of masculinity in them. So I do think that it can happen. I think that it can be bridged together, you know. Um, that's the reason why I'm saying yes. I think that it can. I think that a woman can go from traditional to modern based on that specific point that I'm making.
Okay, so
You
in
see what I'm
the
saying?
yeah, so I wanna go ahead and ask something and see if I can pinpoint something you were saying
Mm-hmm.
because somebody take the question differently, and so I'm gonna ask you that: do you think that a traditional woman can lose the value of being a traditional woman and turn into a modern day woman?
Lose the value?
Those values, the ones that make her classified as a traditional. Because what you're saying is that in your example, that woman came into modern society but did not lose those. I'm
Yes.
asking, can that happen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Because I think
Yes.
that's I think that's
Yeah.
what
Right on, brother. You know what I'm saying?
you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
I mean, totally convert themselves over. We're talking
Listen,
about losing it.
they know how to eat the fish and spit out the bones. You see what I'm
Mm,
saying? Which is what we're saying. A woman who knows her femininity, but doesn't want to particularly lose her entire identity of who she is because of for whatever reason.
mm,
I think that ability is out there for women. I think there are some women that can do that without feeling like that these that someone is being offended or whatever by their little bit of their aggression. Not aggression to the point where it's like I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about more like assertiveness because there are some women who work in certain areas of corporate or whatever. They have to have a level of assertiveness because they're seeking a certain position. But when they go
mm,
back home to their husband, they're they're submissive. They're
mm.
they're cool. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that it can be. I think that it's a turn on, turn. I think that they can discipline themselves and operate in it the way the way they see fit.
If they don't let society turn them into something they don't want to be around.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
If society don't get a hold to them first, they good.
It's an understanding of your
Mm.
principles. To
Right.
piggyback off that, it's
Yeah.
your principles.
Mm.
It's your principles, and that's
Mm.
at the end of the day, who do you want to be?
Mhm.
Who do you want to be in your relationship? What's going to help your relationship sustain and maintain
Mhm.
and grow and build and get through the tough patches? You know what I'm saying? When everything on the outside is all this noise and you should be this and you should be that, what are you going to decide to do? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like I said, you don't hear a lot of deep conversation about the traditional woman and today. You don't hear a lot
Mhm.
about it. It's
Mhm.
always these
Yeah.
conversations about
Yeah.
modern day because that's where we
Right.
are.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So if you're gonna continue to feed in and
Yeah.
well, modern day woman, oh yeah, she this, she that, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm a boss B, I'm this, I'm
Right.
that, I don't need this, I don't need that. If you want to go on that route, because that's what the unfortunately the norm is turning into that, then
Mhm.
go ahead. Will I be attracted to you? Probably not. You could definitely be cool with
Hey,
it.
hey,
Dang.
But you know what I'm saying? What do you
that's
want to
what it
do?
is.
We have some. I want to really highlight everybody tapping in the comments. We have some really
Mm.
really dope comments going on today, fellas.
Yeah, give me one
Ladies, thank you
second.
so much.
Can I? Can I
We
want
have
to know
some
y'all
really
answers though?
we have some really good comments.
Yeah, we already displayed the comments. I want to know y'all
Yeah.
answers.
What
Yeah,
the?
because
Oh,
Jay didn't answer.
I did answer.
No, Jay
I did.
didn't answer. It's
Oh,
his question. I want his answer. Dum.
I think I think the influence of society is the root cause of this. You know what I mean?
Man,
I think that the influence of society is the root cause of any type of conversion into modern day thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this it's crazy because Rob just said it. He kind of say, you know what I'm saying, if you don't get influenced by it, then you have a better chance of maintaining, you know what I'm saying, the traditional, woman aspect and being, maintaining femininity. Once you let that seep in, once you start seeing how society just, paints this picture of this this woman don't need man concept.
mm,
Once you start feeding into that, that's how somebody, to me, gets converted to a modern day woman. When
What?
you start feeding into that, like when and I'm gonna go a little into it. When somebody actually probably has dealt with some negative impacts in their past relationships, and they become, they become kind of fearful of the next, and they get a little, a little. They still want a partner, but the rudiment of the ritual going through it and just dealing with the heartache and the pain, they just don't want to deal with that. And so, but yet on the other side, you like, I want to be this woman for a guy. And so, but then you tap into social media and then you start looking at, you know what I'm saying, women that's not caring about that side of the segment. Women that just be like, screw it. And usually it's younger women. This is usually it is. Usually. It can go, and without an age restriction, but usually just the younger cats that I see. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, I'm all about this, I'm about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm this woman empowered type thing, and I'm independent. I don't need nobody and that type of stuff. And if you start to watch that and see some validity in it, it'll start slowly erasing your concepts. And all of a sudden you start believing it. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened in any type of conversion. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? In any conversion, any conversion you can think of on any placid, man. So this doing the same thing with male female relations. You know what I'm saying? Now you're having, you know what I'm saying, these sect of women that's just saying, you don't need no, go and get your money, go and get you together, take yourself on trips, girl. You don't need no dude for nothing. You don't need that type of thing. What is he for? What is he good for? What do you need a guy for? What's a guy good for? You know what I'm saying? That's what, this is a whole nother subject of diminishing the thought and the definition of a man. You know what I'm saying? They do all of that. And then you start thinking like, yeah, you know what? You might be right. And then the next time they meet someone, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you got this new mentality. You know what I'm saying? And now you don't even say the same things. You don't even do the same things. That's not progression to me. That's conversion. So I think, yes, a traditional woman can become a modern day woman if you let society impact you like that. It is. Appreciate it. This is good. It is good for women to do their own thing. It's good for, because we live as it's not old school no more. Inflation tell you we can't live with one person with one income and two people. Inflation will tell you that. So you know what I'm saying? We live in a society that both of us working together is still a legitimate trend and concept. It still can work. People trying to debunk that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cancel culture is not just for celebrities. They're trying to cancel anything that makes sense. So there's people that's doing that. You know what I'm saying? And they have no validity about it just based on how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not even grown. They're not even mature enough to deal with their own issues. So they just eliminate the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have wild rounds with guys, and then you blame the men. Like, you ain't even factor in the fact that you could be at fault for some of these things. You just blaming the outside person. You know what I'm saying? Then they develop a following of that. Like, all of a sudden, this the men's the problem. Oh yeah, girl, the men's the problem. So let's just do women. Let's just do our thing.
Jesus.
And that's what happens. And that's how it can happen to me. How a traditional woman can become a modern day woman. I think that you know what I'm saying. You know, the whole independence thing is not even a factor. It's the way you construct that. You know what I'm saying, according to what you previously believed about men into a new definition because of society, the way they built it. That's just, or the way they influenced me. That's just bad. So that's just me. I don't know. That's just my thing. I think it's deeper than rap. You know what I mean? And it can't happen.
It's definitely deep, and I think this is a good thing that we're discussing because at the end of the day, it kind of opens your mind to your preference as well. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not sitting up here saying that not all three of us, you know, we grown men. Like I've said on the show before, we're very down to earth men. Any woman can come and approach us, have a deeper conversation with her. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I think all three of us can agree we appreciate more of the traditional role, but not saying we couldn't get along with a modern day woman. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a difficult thing. Would it be our preference? Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a story. Everybody has a reason why their mind is the way they is. Everybody has a reason why they move the way they move. You know, childhood experiences, whatever you've been through, have caused you to think a certain way. So I'm never gonna hold that against anybody. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, let's remember the nurturers, if you had any, hopefully you did, that were in your life. How did they carry themselves? My mother was a nurturer. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I get my mindset of the type of woman that I would want. You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't have that. So keep an open mind. That's great. But traditional woman, yeah, it can happen if society lets it. You know, hopefully, if your upbringing was strong enough to where you had that type of women around you, where you felt proud of it, you felt strong in it, you were appreciative of it. And you grew up saying that's the type of woman I want to be. Hold on to it, ladies. Hold on to it. It's still a lot of us out. It's still a lot of men out here that love y'all, traditional women. It's still a lot of us that love you. We love y'all. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up in the negative aspect of, you know, the definition of modern day woman. Because we're not saying that all modern day women are bad. We're just saying some of the attitudes of them now are just completely and utterly has deteriorated from the foundation of what, just say us three and a lot of men picture of a woman. You know what I mean? Grow into, figure out who you are, figure out what you want to do. Hopefully it leads you to where you want to get to. You feel me?
Yeah.
Great job. Great job on that one. Good job. Clap that one up.
Yeah, man.
It's like what Jay said though. Like that joint right there, man. That entitlement and all that aspect is, as long as that part don't hit you, that rights and privileges and entitlement, as long as that part don't hit you, and you keep the true part that's powerful, man, you can't even go wrong, man.
Once again, shout out to everybody.
Because let's make this equal real quick. That's what we got to do.
Oh. Whoa. Let's switch hats.
That's what we got to do. I'm talking about as far as men. I mean, the question was posed to as far as a woman. But yeah, I mean, you know, we can't let the thought. I still believe. I'm an old school guy. Like, I'm 80s baby. I'm an old school guy, man. I believe the you know, let's just take the music that I like, man. I'm still an old school guy, man. My boys know this. That's on the panel. I play some old school hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love rocking them. I'm not knocking them new school way of hip hop and music and stuff like. I'm not knocking. Some of it is really dope. Like, some of it is very talented and really dope. That it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe. Now, you know what I'm saying? If you take a certain, you know what I'm saying, new age artist and they say they founded the aspect, then I'm gonna fight that tooth and nail. Like, no, you didn't. You got that from the generation before. No, you did not. You know what I'm saying? So, likewise, in my traditions and the way my dad taught me, you know what I'm saying, and things that, you know, how to, you know what I'm saying, to be, you know, toward a woman, how to treat a woman, I've seen that straight up. You know what I'm saying? This is my that I was just happy to be in a healthy environment with both of my parents. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have a healthy environment with both parents, but I happen to be one. So I was in a healthy one, and I watched my dad, you know what I'm saying, honor my mom. Like, she really did. You know what I'm saying? And her support, you know what I'm saying, he provided and protected for her and all of us at the same time. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? It was a good thing to come up on. I learned all of that. At least I believe I learned most of it and tried to exercise that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't let the concept of my wealth determine the man that I am.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I approach a woman that thinks that, I'm like, no, I got more to value than that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to disperse on this thought of this even going any further. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like Rob said though, we could be cool. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We cool. But that concept is not entirely true as far as what you think a man should be. You know what I'm saying? Now that's their opinion of what a man should be. But, like a common stature, or that you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm just a normal working guy, that I don't have the status to deal with some women like that. I was never taught that. You know what I'm saying? I was taught the basics, right? You know what I mean? So I keep my traditional values in a modern day society as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that everything women say is right. You have guys that actually have full grown relationships like that. You know what I'm saying? They would just go ahead and be like, hey,
Oh,
whatever the woman
really?
wants, it is what it is. Whatever it is, whatever she say is fine. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't roll like that. So I keep my traditional values as a man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant by we have to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And we still exist too. You know what I'm saying? So, I just had to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just make it equal, dog. Like, we have to do the same thing.
Oh, absolutely.
We definitely still exist, and we're trying to maintain our stance, and we're trying to improve every single day. I think one thing that we know that's set in stone, like, we're going to continue to progress to be the best version we can be of ourselves, to be the best person, to be the best version for the person that we decide to spend our life with, for the person that we decide to marry, be in a relationship with. That's our goal. That's our mentality. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here saying what I don't need. I'm not about to be out here to pretend I'm so strong that I want like a woman next to me helping me take these next steps in my life to make me better. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also cognizant of the fact that I need to be in a position to do what I have to do as a man to make sure that our relationship and my household and whatever the case is as secure and stable and running on all cylinders as I can. You know what I mean? And I'm never gonna rule out any woman's mindset on how they decide to move. But if it's not for me, it's not going to be for me, because I also have traditional male values. I still appreciate opening the door for a woman. I still appreciate if I'm asking you out, I'm picking you up. I'm picking up the tab. I'm doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then when we get deeper, if we decide to discuss how we're going to moving forward together as partners, let's do it with the right mindset. Let's do it how it's supposed to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what I'm
talking
about. That's what I'm talking about. I want to give another shout out again. Thank you everybody that is tapping in today, everybody that's viewing us live right now, and everybody that's going to view later. We appreciate y'all so much. We have some we got a really busy comment section today, fellas. Man, thank you for everybody that's commenting. Thank you for everybody that's interacting. This is why we do this, man. We do this to create dialogue. We do this to create the discussion. You know what I'm saying? We thank y'all so much. Real quick, if y'all have anything that you guys would like us to talk about on the next episodes to come, please email us at themailroom313@yahoo.com. Once again, that's the mailroom313@yahoo.com, man. We appreciate y'all so much. It is time. Ladies,
all right.
Y'all ready, fellas?
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our feature topic of the week. Yes. Let's get into it. Fellas.
Fire.
Oh, Major. I can't hard.
Yeah, look.
I mean,
Look.
Let's get into it, fellas. Who recovers better after bad relationships, man? Men or women? Who recovers better? Who recovers better from bad relationships? Who does it?
Oh. Now we open enough to the panel, right?
Oh, we're gonna
Yeah.
Let me send the link out.
Let me open the camera for this one.
We want, you know what?
We're about to open it right now.
Real talk. I want to hear from the women. I want y'all to cam up.
Let's open up right now.
Yeah.
Cam up.
Cam up.
Cam up. The link is in the description. I want you to cam up, right?
To my brothers, to our viewers, who recovers better from bad relationships, men or women? Let's go. I'm gonna pick who I want to start this one. I want this nigga to start right here.
I wasn't even. I'm sorry. Are you talking to me?
I want this dude right here to start.
Oh yeah. Yeah, go ahead, man. Oh yeah, go ahead, bro.
Let's go, Busy.
Do your thing, bro.
Oh man, wait, we got a request.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
You just saved him. You just saved him.
Lord bless your real.
I ain't gonna save him like that.
Get a promotion in whatever you're doing.
Toy, you know what you just did? You have no idea what you just did.
Yeah, everybody wants you to start. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Thank you.
Lord,
let's go, boy.
Who better from bad relationships, man or women?
Come on, boy.
Now, I'm gonna say this. I think there's a couple of different ways you can categorize recovering. Are we talking about mental? Are we talking about financial? Are we talking about emotional? Are we talking what type of recovery are we talking about?
Let's go, bro.
It's up to you.
What type of recovery are we talking about, fellas? So y'all give me. This is what we're gonna do. Since I just said that, y'all give me. I said financial, emotional, mental. I said those three things, right? Y'all give me one. Y'all give me one. Y'all give me one, and I will say who recovers better.
I say you take all of them, sir.
I take all of them.
Take all of them. What is different, man? This is the topic.
We not gonna. The comments got you on the mental joint.
I gotta ride. I gotta
do that. But me and Jay, me and this dude right there.
Alicia said, "Who recovers better mentally?" I think men recover better mentally because our emotions aren't as strong. So yes, we're going to feel it, but mentally we know we got to get ourselves back up and keep it moving because it's just the emotional toll or the end of a relationship takes. No matter how it ends, I think it's going to linger with the woman longer, and I think men it's going to hit us, but we know we don't have time. We don't have time to sit in it. We don't have time to sit in it. You know what I'm saying? This world beats us up every day. So our relationships should be our peace, but if they turn out not to be, we can't let that hold us down because we got to get back out here in this world and do what we got to do. So I think men recover better mentally. Yes.
Is there right? Yeah, go ahead, man. Well, do you think that there's another aspect? Yeah, is there another one of those that we don't recover better than women? You mentioned a couple of them, financially or and all that stuff.
Financial, mental, and I said financial, mental, and emotional. You know what? I really wait. We got a good. Hold on. I gotta put this one up real quick.
Put up what? I already got it up.
Okay, Lakeisha said financially.
No, bro.
Well, it depends on where you were in the relationship. So if you're already, if you're already financially stable and you've been taking care of your business before and in a relationship, that can go both ways. So I think men and women kind of can share that depending on where they work. If I had to say one maybe consistently does it better, and we just talk about relationships, so it could be you've been with somebody for 6 months, a year or two. Women might have a small edge in that to a certain extent, especially if they manage their money well. And that's based off what I've seen from some of my people, some of my boys, really? Things like that. That's what I've seen. That's what I've seen. So. And then we had emotionally. Emotionally,
which kind of sits in the same.
It kind of sits the same as mental, right?
Okay.
Kind of does it? No. Give it to us busy.
Not even.
Give it to us busy.
Emotional recovery, and mental recovery is not even close.
Yeah.
Okay.
It ain't even close. Nope. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hell, no, man, don't do that, dog. Ain't no way hell. I ain't, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? You a nice, successful young brother. You ain't about to give me 2 cents.
Come on, Tay.
Hey, let me tell you something. I don't know if it's men and women who recover better from bad relationships, but I know I did. Hello. Thank you, Jesus. Cover all what you lost and get more. Yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Bro, she said, "Tell you playing, you dog." I'm with it, bro. Listen, man. Look, check it out. Who recovers better? We're talking about better. We're not talking. Listen, let's be clear what better is now. All right. Who's doing it the best? Who's more consistent? Who's better? Michael Jordan was better than most basketball players. Nothing wrong with saying that somebody is better than you. Doesn't mean that you're not on the court.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that you're not on the court and you're not contributing. But who's the player on the team that's better? When it comes to recovery, I gotta lean with the fellas on this one.
You gotta lean with the fellas. I ain't gonna lean with the fellas. Why was that?
I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm talking about. Thank you, right there. I was about to start right here.
That's what it is.
Women get in their feelings when they don't get the outcome that they want. Now, this is a general opinion. It's not fact. I didn't Google this. I'm a grown man. I'll be 40 in December. I've learned some things. Let's see your big brother.
All right, man. Okay.
The detachment process for women is totally different for men. Totally different for men. And this is why men and women will not be equal. We're not created equal. We were not produced and made by God equally. No. This is why we have balance. Men and women, the detachment process, totally different for men and women. Totally different. And I agree with Sean. Women they're way more in their feelings than men. All right. Now we're talking about when we generalize and we're talking about the rule, not the exception. Yeah, I know somebody gonna say, well, men, just like if I use an example like this, a lot of women when you break up, Jay know what I'm talking. I'm gonna use myself. Jay know what I'm talking about. JB, my brother, right up. He done seen a woman that wouldn't leave my porch. A woman came to my, this is way back in the day. This is the P block days. This is like 2013, 14. This is way back in the day. A woman wouldn't even leave my porch. She came over my house. I'm not going to leave this porch until you give me a reason why you said what you said to me. You've been consistently dogging me out, dog. You've been consistently doing some stuff to me that I don't appreciate, and I tell you, and you still do it, and you wondering why. Then you drove your crazy behind to my crib, sat on my porch, and JB came around the corner with a Mountain Dew and a backpack.
Yeah, I was like 18. I had some bubblicious.
It's a cold wedding right there, boy.
That was going on here.
Right? Eating sunflower seeds and eating Oreos and drinking Mountain Dew and all kinds of stuff.
I was having a good day.
What's going on right here?
For real, man.
Crazy woman, you crazy woman. Eating them sunflower seeds, bro. Hey, women, y'all getting y'all feelings, man. And y'all can just be real. I appreciate Sean saying this. This is a real honest perspective right here. That's keepingitreal.com right there, yo. Mm-hmm. Women they go way past the juggler. Mm-hmm. They try to, you break up with a woman, for real, they go into your pockets, your career, they try to end you. Mm. And they can't recover that way because they are too emotionally attached. So the detachment process, way different. Men know how to be like, you know what, whatever. I'm talking about in the general sense for the most part. If y'all want me to say some men, I'll say some men. For y'all out there in the world that's listening to this. You know, whatever. Like, at the end of the day, the recovery process, way better for the fellas. Even if the dude break up with his wife or whatever, because let me tell you something. Men have to, especially being divorced, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I'm talking from experience. I'm the only man on this panel that's been married and divorced. I know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. From a married divorce perspective, I got murked financially. Oh, what? I got 187 was the case that they gave me murked in the divorce. And guess what? Just like the color purple, I'm still here. I may be poor, I may be black, I may be ugly, but I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Real talk, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm still in the building. And let me tell you something, man. The man that I am now on an emotional, mental, financial level is way better. I know this for a fact. I have recovered way better. Now, it's not about it being a competition on who recovered. And I think that's what some women may do. Some women may think that some women be like, you know what? I'm gonna try to do something better. I'm gonna try to recover quicker. So I'm gonna do something like they try to get the bag or whatever. You know, they try to do all this kind of stuff. And it ain't even about all that, because you can get the bag and still be emotionally damaged. You can get your finances up, ladies, and still be emotionally messed up. We're talking about from a holistic perspective. I'm talking about from a holistic perspective. Recovery is holistic. When you recover from something, that means you got it all back, then some more. That you got enough back where you can go forward. And then as you continue to go forward, if you healed and all that kind of stuff, then you can gain more on your way to your journey. Like, you don't have to just stop at just finances. A lot of women kind of try to compete with men financially and be like, I'm doing better than him because he living at his mama house and you got your own crib, you doing your own thing. Like, I'm better than him. That ain't what recovery is. Mm-hmm. That means you lucked up. You slicked up. You got something real good. You gamed up. You got your thing together. You got your finances together. Okay, cool. And then don't have a woman have children. She already gonna get more money anyway from other places. So at the end of the day, it ain't about the money. It's about recovering as a person. And I just, like Sean said, I agree. Women get in their feelings so deep that it's hard for them to detach. And you know this to be true because when you're trying to go into another relationship, you bring that baggage sometimes into that one.
All right, man. Okay.
Okay, real quick, Tay, and I think this kind of goes along the line of a little bit of what you were just saying. It's kind of like a little parallel to it. Toya just gave us a question. So does recovery and healing show up differently?
Does it show up differently?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it shows up
need
differently.
we
Recovery. Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
need a little bit more meaning on that question, though, man. Does it show up differently? What does she mean by that? That's why. What do y'all think she mean by that?
Tay was just mentioning about how okay, yeah, they might be they got themselves together financially. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
That don't mean you recover.
Are you still recovered? So
Right.
can recovery and healing show up different?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. All right. I get it now.
What y'all think?
No.
Does it show up differently? It definitely
Y'all,
does.
okay, we love the interaction, but y'all
Definitely.
not supposed to be just picking us. Like
Hey, listen. No. Listen, no. This is a show. This is a show. And it's time for you to get on stage and rock the mic because Sabrina and all these women want you
Hey,
to talk.
she did. She put your name right out there,
Okay,
dog,
so
bro.
okay.
All
So
right.
ain't nobody said my name, brother. So
all
get
good.
your together and come up with an answer.
It's all good.
That's right,
It's
bro.
all good. Yes.
Let's go, Rollo. Take it, baby boy.
The question I put up was from Toya, and I just asked the squad that does recovery and healing show up differently? I think it
Mhm.
does. My last relationship, I went through a lot. I went through a lot mentally, and I went through a lot mentally and emotionally. I was already going through a lot myself before the relationship and while I was in it. So when it ended, it got to a point where, and I talked to my brothers about it. They saw a different side of me that they weren't used to seeing. I was seeing a different side of me I didn't like. I had to go sit my ass down and figure out who I was. I had to take a step back, figure out what I was doing, how I was responding and acting and kind of going outside of myself in that relationship till it ended. But once I sat down and just processed everything and really took a step back and came to terms with the things I did wrong and came to terms with the things that I didn't like about myself, I felt like I was fully recovered. I was still in some situations that I had to get myself out of for me. But as far as the relationship, once I realized what I did and I was able to process it and analyze it and figure out, okay, this is what happened. You got to do better, Rob. And once I sat myself down and took a step back and took responsibility and accountability, I felt awesome. So yes, recovery can definitely be displayed in a different way. After a while, you couldn't tell what I've been through because I started getting back to myself.
Wow.
Started getting back to
I
myself.
like that.
So yeah, it could definitely it could definitely show up in different ways. You could kind of still be in a certain situation that you could be in a situation carry over from that relationship. But when you feel some sense of satisfaction that you feel makes you better, if you develop a thought or a feeling that makes you better because of that, and you decided to do it, I had to decide to sit myself down and figure that out. I was like, okay, this is where I need to be to keep it moving. I was good.
You ever heard that thing where when people be like, when they break up with somebody, they be like, well, I'm gonna be a bad bitch. I'm gonna tear the club up. I'm gonna do this, do that, get my money up, blah, 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 whatever, right? And they get money up and stuff, right? Then, but they still spread, and some men do this too, for real. And they still spread this crazy toxic energy.
Yeah.
Like this entitlement. See, this is the thing. If you're talking about recovery and you still feeling when a person is trying to recover from a bad relationship, but they're still operating in this competitive entitlement spirit, you are not recovered. You put band-aids on other things to appear to be healed. You ever had a situation where you cut yourself physically, right? By mistake. It could be anything, right? You made a mistake. You fell on the ground, right? something like that, and it gassed you a little bit, got your skin gassed, right? And then all of a sudden, you're trying to put everything on. You're trying to heal it up. You're trying to try to make sure everything else is on point and all that kind of stuff, right? So you put the alcohol on it, the whatever, and then you try to band-aid it up. And then you ever seen that little bit of like where it kind of leak out, like that blood or that water still kind of leak out a little bit from that particular wound? It's because it's in the healing process. You still leaking. Like you're leaking entitlement. You're leaking competition. You're leaking your hurt and your trauma. It's leaking. It's spilling over to your thing. That's why when you go to a restaurant and they give you a coffee, they always give you a saucer, just in case when you do your spin thing and you add sugar and you add all this stuff to it to make it taste the way you want, just in case it spill over, the saucer can catch it instead of it getting on the table. And a lot of times people will leak. They will spill over. Stuff will spill over to their life. So, for example, when you're hurt and traumatized and all that kind of stuff, it spills over into your career. It can spill over into your household. It can spill over into your community. It can spill over. So you're not recovered. You just got a Band-Aid on it. But when you're recovered, I don't need no Band-Aid. I got a wound right now where I got sliced up. I don't have no Band-Aid on it because it's healed. And it left a scar. I could tell. I know what story is behind it. When I look at my right arm and I see this slice that I got on my arm, I know what happened. But I'm healed from it. It's not leaking. I'm just translating that over into our actual lives. We be leaking and don't even realize it. It just spills over. And you think you're okay because you got your money right. Because you got your lifestyle right, you think it's okay, but you really operate in a leakage that is so messed up that everybody feel it. And then when somebody say something to you, you get offended by it because you don't even recognize that you're leaking. This is why you got to have a true friend in your life, man, that'll tell you, hey, bro, hey, sis, you leaking a little bit. Let's get
That's true, man. That is
JB,
true.
Baby, what's your take on this, dog?
I think because of what y'all said, right? And I agree with the points that y'all made, man. Those are definitely like some good points that y'all made. But because of what y'all said, I don't think men or women has a up advantage in this situation. I do not think so. I think it is neither. The reason why I say that is because the recovery aspect is based on the individual. The detachment process is all us by advantage. It's all men. To me, in my opinion, it's all men. You know what I'm saying? We don't really address emotional things going on. By typical guy, and I'm gonna talk about the typical guy. He doesn't really deal with his emotions like that. Women do emotions more than men. I think that is true. You know what I'm saying? The typical guy do not do that. So in the attachment process of something, a bad relationship, or something he feels is not going on, he will detach, move on, and replace. That's exactly what he would do. No questions asked. He don't care. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he feels like he's a good guy. He could be full of it. But if he feel like he's a good guy, he would detach and replace. He would do that fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with what Sean said. Women do in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, women are way more emotional than men are. So they tend to be in their emotions fast. They do with the results that Tate said. They do that. But in the recovery process, that's a fork in the road. Because if they are in their emotions, they can be too emotional and carry that into their new relationship, just like you said. So the next guy will feel everything my man said had nothing to do with him. Or they can be just as emotional, but even add logic to it. You know what I'm saying? And add logic to it and be like, oh, okay, well, I see what the problem is with that. I see what I did on that. Let me become a better person, and they move on. You know what I'm saying? The one that become too emotional either become too emotional in a new relationship, or they completely cut off their emotions like a guy and be like, look, let me go ahead and get my bag and let me go ahead and do my thing. And that's how you created the modern day chick. So it depends on the individual. On the male perspective, the recovery on the male perspective, usually the man will be like, you know what, with the next relationship, he ain't really fixed the issues that he probably partook of in the last relationship. So when he detached to replace, he gonna repeat. Now what Rob did, Rob was hit. What Rob did, right? What Rob did was he said he needed to sit his ass down and suffer his emotions. Now typical men don't do that. But you know what I'm saying? It takes a strong man to go ahead and be like, yeah, okay, you know what? I have something to fix. I have to do that. So that's what Rob was testifying to. That he had to sit down and do that. I agree. I had to do the same thing. You know what I mean? I had to get in touch with these emotions because if men don't, and we just detach and replace and move on to the next shit, them emotions gonna come out on the next chick, and they whatever it's gonna be volatile. It's gonna be abusive. It's gonna be all that type of stuff if we don't fix it. So we need to fix it. But the typical guy don't fix it. They detach and just move on. So a true guy will recover if they attach their feelings into it. A true woman will recover good if they put some logic into their emotions. See, that's why I say neither do, because it ends up in different results. That's just my take.
That was dope, bro. That was dope. We got some funny people in the world. Hey, Jay, that was an awesome point, man. That was awesome. Fellas, that was awesome. That was awesome. Again, thank you so much. Anything else, fellas? My bad. Stealing? Y'all got me just off.
No, I mean, I agree. Okay, so I see Jay perspective.
Y'all was on fire today, man.
Hey, I see Jay perspective though, man. I agree. Yeah, that is real. So I definitely see Jay's perspective on that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so because it is different for both men and women. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a different outcome for both.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and but hey, everybody got their thing, man. You know, it is what it is.
Jay, that was a very interesting point, man. That was a very interesting point. I
can't classify that we better than women, dog. I'm not saying that we better than women. I'm not saying that men are better than, I just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But the way we handle stuff in certain aspects, we can dialect that. You know what I'm saying? We can go ahead and talk about that because some things women win on, but some things men win on. But then if you want to cut that a little bit deeper into 4s, 6s, and 8s, then you start talking about individuals. Mm-hmm. So what do you bring to the table? How do you recover? Do you recover a certain way? Are you taking consideration of your faults in a bad relationship? See, that's a hard thing to do for people. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden that thing go hectic and you got a whole list to be like, oh, he did this, that, and the other. Like a woman would generalize and say, hey, he did this, or a guy would be like, oh, she did it, she wasn't work, yeah, she did all this type of stuff. What'd you do? Mm-hmm. There was something. Now you wasn't peachy cream. You wasn't 100%. You know what I'm saying? I sit there. You know what I do, Tay? Rob, when I be sitting in a date and they start talking about their past relationships, I listen for accountability.
Yeah.
I sit there and wait on to see if they're gonna say something about themselves instead of the other person. Mm-hmm. Oh, he didn't take out the trash and he didn't come home on time and he didn't do nothing. I mean, I was just sick. I had to move on.
Yeah.
That's all that happened? You gonna sell me that, right? That's what I'm supposed to eat, right? You give me this plate. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? I had to ask some more questions because I know that, you know what I'm saying, I know that at certain times that I can fault in my relationships that I was good on certain paths and I think my, ex-girlfriend wasn't. But there were some instances that I could have been better. So what I do, I go back and look at those things, try to be better and do it for the next one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the hard thing people do. People think they fine.
Again, these are simple. These are situations and experiences and things in life that you come across that should be simple and easy, but are not.
Yeah, they're not because there's so many. It's so much.
You have to make the decision for yourself and think logically, and figure out how you're going to get through this. What this relationship just ended terribly. This was bad. We were not getting along for the last month or two. Now it's over.
Right.
What's your next step? Right. If it's done, if it's finished, what's your next? Logically, what should you do next
Mm-hmm.
for yourself to recover? What
That's
should
what's
you?
up. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's up,
What
man.
should you do?
Right.
What should you do?
Sabrina
Man,
said detox.
detox. That's what I
Detox
did.
basketball.
Detox
Detox.
yourself.
Detox
Detox yourself.
all of the bad emotions and energy out of my body. Sat my ass down and said, "Rob, who the hell are you, my guy?
Yeah.
This ain't you. Figure it out, man." Man, hey, can we clap that up, man? That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely so, dog. Definitely so, man.
man. Once again, man, just thank you for all the interaction today and the comments and everything that y'all really contributed so much to the show today, man. Y'all gave us so much energy, man. Can we give it up for the viewers today, Busy? Can we do that?
Hey, man, yeah, they was there, dog. They was there. I loved
We
it.
appreciate
I
it.
really appreciate that, man.
We had a troll. We had a troll though. We had a troll.
We got one today. Our first one that came.
Our first troll. That's what's up. Hey, we got trolls.
Yeah, we got a troll.
That's what's up.
You gotta be doing something good if you get a troll, man.
Hey, you know you're doing good when you get a troll on the internet.
How you doing good when you get a troll?
You know,
That was nobody watching, but you here, my guy. Thank you. We
appreciate it. I appreciate you. What's his name? BT95, whatever it was. Hey, I appreciate the trolls, dog. That's what you watching, bro. But I appreciate you, man.
Love y'all,
man.
Love y'all. Hey, fellas, man, dope conversation. I want to thank everybody that's viewing right now. We want to thank in advance everybody that's going to watch this later. Shout out to everybody that gave us comments. Busy Jay, what y'all got to say, man, before we wrap up episode 4, man?
Hey, man, before we go, you know how we do, man, in the Q&A. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Any questions? Post them up. Let's see if we can run them.
Can we get any Q&A?
We got some time.
The link is in the chat. It's in the chat. It's in the comments. If you want to cam up, ask some questions, keep it with us real quick, you can do that.
Y'all don't get quiet now, y'all.
Yeah, if you got a question, please go ahead and let us know what the question is.
Let's see what it is, man.
Quiet now, y'all.
Something about the show, something you had on your mind. Don't even matter, man. Let's go ahead. And don't forget, man, y'all can actually come onto the panel like us, man, and be viewed.
Yes.
And sit right on the panel with us, man. Cam and everything, and have a discussion. We'll bring you up from the crowd, and we can just talk about it, man. If you got something to say, do not forget that. That's for anybody listening now or listening later. We always got the panel links it links right there. You just click on the link, man. We'll see you come up.
We bring you up. We
bring you in.
And y'all get in the file with us. Get in the file.
Right. Get up in this file.
Make sure y'all holler at us on all our platforms. Holler at us on Facebook, the Mailroom. Holler at us follow us on IG at the Mailroom View. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Mailroom Network. Man, holler at us on our individual Facebook pages, our individual Instagram pages. Don't have mine up today, but I'll tap it in there next week. But we just love I just put Rob today. I was normal as hell. I don't know. But I was like, they actually know my real name. Rallo came from high school. A lot of people don't know that, so I'll just put Rob up today. Thank you to everyone. We appreciate y'all, man. Each and every week, we right here at 5:30, man. You know what it is, the Mailroom, man. One more time, man, before we get ready to get out of here, fellas. Anything y'all want to say to our lovely people before we wrap up? Number 4.
I would like to thank specifically, and I'm gonna say this personally, but I would like to specifically thank Sabrina for rewatching the Coffee and Conversation show yesterday morning and giving her input on it. I appreciate you for doing that. Our shows are under the Mailroom Network channel. Doesn't matter who's doing it. So the fact that you all still take the time of your day to watch our shows, no matter if it's just us three or if it's just the Coffee Conversations with me hosting it or whatever, it's a part of the Mailroom Network. It represents everything that we are about as men and as what we're trying to contribute as far as conversation, dialogue, and thought-provoking things. I appreciate her specifically for going back and saying, hey, hashtag replay. I rewatched it. It was dope. I appreciate it. I want to give her a round of applause real quick.
Yeah, definitely so, man. Yeah, and to anybody else that do that as well, man. Anybody else that be giving future things.
Yeah, man. I want to shout out everybody that's been here for all 4 so far. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah.
It's a couple of y'all.
Definitely so, man.
We love y'all, man. We just wanted to bring what we do amongst ourselves as men and just bring it to people to create this dialogue and keep the energy up, keep this healthy conversation going. But man.
That's what it is. A healthy conversation. I just want to make that known. That's what it is, a healthy conversation. We just sitting there talking, trying to be men, trying to just energize the conversation, man, and have some thought-provoking to talk about for a time. That's all it is.
And one more time before we get out of here, man, if you have any topics you would like us to discuss right here, man, just holler at us, send us an email, please. The mailroom 313@yahoo.com. We would love to hear about anything y'all would like to hear right here on the mailroom, man. Because we rocking with y'all. Without y'all, there's no us. Without y'all, there's no us.
That's how it works. Hey,
you can't make this happen. You can't make this happen without y'all. So let's talk about anything on y'all mind. Let's go. Let's get it moving. We love y'all.
Yes, sir. All right. Until then, we out. Hey, we're gonna leave it with this, right? Hey.